about, first of all, who you are and what Appraisal Aid is about.
Appraisal Aid we specialize in reviews primarily for compliance for appraisal management companies. We also provide compliance support for appraisal management companies when they're trying to get licensed in other states or they need help with standard operating procedures within compliance. But we built our foundation is USPAP compliance reviews and quality reviews for appraisal management companies, lenders, and we even work with attorneys and anybody that would need a review on a residential or commercial appraisal report. And we do cover all the way across the United States. So we're not just limited here to Florida.
Oh, nice. And since when did you start and why?
Well, I've been an appraiser since 1998, or I think it is. And so I used to have an appraisal company in St. Louis, and then I moved to California and I appraised out there for a while. And then the company that I was working for was purchased and they had a review position where I could work remotely. So then I moved from California to Florida. And then shortly after, they let go everybody except for me and the previous owner.
Oh, wow.
And so they asked me if I would be there, if I would work within their compliance department, and do USPAP compliance reviews, which I had no idea what that was. So that's the standards by which we have to follow. And so if there's material deficiency, something which affects the credibility of the report, then it has to be reported to the state. I didn't even know what those were. So I sat down, we have this book, it's our USPAP book. And I developed a review form, worked there. And then my mom was really sick and I couldn't really do the corporate thing or give the time to corporate and to the time to taking care of my mom. So I left, and then for like about 4 years, I contract reviewed. And but the owners of the company were not appraisers, and I saw things going on that I just felt like I could, since I'm an appraiser, I felt like I could be more geared toward the appraiser, make sure I protect them in the way that I developed my review. And also I just thought I could provide really meaningful feedback with the reviews that we developed. So we continue to expand on our reviews. We had our main review type, and then we have a shortened one, and we have an expanded one, and we can customize them to our clients' needs, which is kind of nice in the world of technology where like once you have a form, it's really expensive to, often, alter it. So the way that we do it, we can alter it fairly easy.
In terms of Appraisal Aid, I remember you mentioning also that it's a very male-dominated industry, and you were able to be different in that sense and show them, anyone can do it.
Yes. We're predominantly an older male profession. It has opportunities and challenges, just, anytime you kind of come into that situation. And so, I think when I first started the business, it's like, oh, isn't that sweet? That sounds like a neat business model. I don't know. I got a few condescending things, but I've also received a lot of support too. So it's been great.
That's great. Yeah. And being able to adapt anywhere and through hard work and, determination is, I think, the most important. But yeah, so we met, right? Romy and Appraisal Aid met, and you were able to tell that clearly we hire people from Latin America. But before we teamed up together, what were the biggest challenges or roadblocks that you were facing in daily operations?
My biggest thing was I knew I was to the point where I needed to expand or I needed support rather than just me. And, I was going through the thought process of, do I put an ad on Indeed? Do I put an ad here? And I had used Indeed before for like contract reviewers, and you get all kinds of crazy applications, that may not even relate to what you're doing at all. So it was very time consuming. Yeah. So I was kind of hesitant on doing that, trying to find support staff. And then Raquel and I met at I think the first time we met in person was at the Girl Bosses morning meeting. And once we sat down, and then she kind of explained it, and I don't know, it was just so easy. That's it. It was like, I told her what I needed. She looked, she thought, you guys talked to them, you pre-screen and everything like that. And I don't know, it was like, it took all the stress and the time consuming part out of it, and I didn't even have to think of like what I told you guys what I needed, but I didn't have to think of what to put in an ad or like in a job, like a job, how to post it. And like I said, in navigating just from when I did hire contractor reviewers, the number of resumes, even when you try to put filters in there that keep you from getting junk, I guess, you still get a ton of junk.
I've noticed that at least in Latin America, we get so many applications. I think we get at least for every job description that we post out there, 1,000. So obviously, but we have, our director of talent acquisition going through them. So it's not just, filtering out, it's also being able to tell if, we're not missing anything. So that's why we try to get the best of the best. So, and you're currently using a data entry clerk, right?
That's correct.
So since you've brought on your data entry clerk from Ecuador, how has that partnership transformed, your productivity?
And obviously what we do, there's a learning curve to it because there's not many people that, do what we do. And so it takes a little bit to grasp it, but it takes so much stress off of me. And I have found with the people that I work with you guys is that they're usually, that they're flexible even. Like I really appreciate, because sometimes we're busier than others. And I just really appreciate kind of that team effort of, I try to be flexible too, so that I think when the owner's flexible and because there might be times where I need more help and then they're willing to, jump in and help me. And then there's maybe times when they need off and I'm like, sure, do whatever you need to do. So I don't know, I think that makes a really good relationship, and it's taken a lot of stress off of me. And, there's better ways that I can spend my time than me doing data entry, or QC. Like when we have completed reviews, there's a process of we QC them and then we print them and we log them and all those kind of things. I don't need to be spending my time on that.
Yeah, you need to be spending time with, whether it's your family or sales, making your business bigger. So I was just going to ask, where do you focus your time on more now that you have those day-to-day tasks off your plate?
Expanding the company and finding other opportunities for the company. It is nice to be able to have some kind of personal life.
Yes, it is.
Any business owner knows at the very beginning, there is none of that. Like the end of the month last week, which was, we all dig in together, but I also want to be a good role model to them, to anybody that works for me, is that, I'm working just as hard or harder, so that, they don't feel like I'm just throwing everything on them. But, so I don't know. I love the feel of a team rather than it being me solo all by myself. It's nice to not be in it all alone.
Yeah, no, and you're doing it all by yourself. You're never gonna be able to expand. That also,
right.
So instead of so it's the fact that you're not alone in this, but then also the fact that you have that team so that you can grow your business, because you get,
and people bring different skills and abilities. And so learning what those are, like we work real heavily in Excel. So, who I'm currently using, he's got some Excel background. So, that helps as far as, and it just takes a little bit to uncover like everybody's, where everybody fits in just right.
Right. And that was actually going to be my next question. What standout qualities or strengths do you see, Joaquin, in this case, the data entry clerk from Ecuador, what has been the most meaningful impact on your business thanks to his strengths? any strength that surprised you?
He's just really willing to do what we need to do, because I know, like I said, the end of the month is very stressful, especially last week when we had 3 days, working days, and it really wasn't 3 working days, because by Wednesday, everybody was leaving by 2 or 3 in the afternoon. And his willingness to really just jump in and when it's needed. And like I said, because of that, I try to give the same flexibility back. But his Excel, he can look at when we have issues with Excel. He can at least, with his past experience, it does help as far as figuring out solutions. He's more than happy to look at like what our challenges might be, and seeing what we might be able to, or what we can change or do better.
Okay, perfect. Okay, that's nice. That's great. Yeah. And then finally, if another business was thinking about hiring a remote professional through Romy, what advice or insights would you share from your own experience?
Oh my gosh, like I said, all I can say is like it was just amazing to not have to do anything with you guys, because it is stressful hiring people. And I think sometimes you hold off because you don't want to go through that whole process, and because of the number of applicants you have, and then you get to know the business owners and what their needs are, and you're really good at matching, and then all the different things that you do as far as to pre-screen, as far as make sure there's not really any language barriers, or and even you guys do a lot of testing. And then also, from what I've gotten to know about Romy, I think you guys do, really put a lot of effort into treating, the people on your side, well, and offering them, I don't know. So I just think I respect your company, but like I said, it just took. Like that, when they say the easy button, that's what that was. It was the easy button. It's like, this is what I need. It's like, okay, we got this person. You can talk to them and see which works, and so you filter out like what I would get in Indeed, all the junk, and I don't have to worry about it at all. And you just give me qualified candidates, and then I pick whichever one feels the most comfortable to me.
I mean, that's what we try to do, because we know that you guys are very, as CEOs or owners of the business, are very busy, and looking through this, people put it aside all the time, saying like, no, I don't have time to hire right now. I have to do the day-to-day things. I have to fix this problem. I have to, continue focusing on other things, and then they get carried away, and then they don't get that help because it's that much work. So yeah,
that's where I was at.
yeah. So I'm glad that you decided to trust us, and that you're doing well with your Romy associate. It's been almost 2 years now since you've been with us.
Yeah,
so
I think so.
Yeah, so that's good. I'm happy that they're able to help you, and thank you for hopping on this testimonial call. And I hope we can.
And also, the one thing I wanted to add is, because we did have a transition, because things happen, and you guys made the transition. Yeah. I mean, because when Cammie got a full-time job, but you guys just made the transition really, really easy. So I think that's important too, because otherwise I would have had to go back out in the scary world of wherever and finding someone again. So when I did need, when there was a transition, it was seamless. So I think that's really something we're saying too.
Yeah. We try to make it as seamless as possible so that you barely feel the shift.
Yes. And I appreciate that.
So we're happy to help, and we're happy to continue growing together. And thank you so much, Susan, for this call. And yeah.
Okay. Have a good day.